Hello, everyone. Hi, Reach Teachers. Hi. Remember me? Hi. I'm Dominic again, back with another video. It's been a long time since my previous videos. I hope you are, or for those of you teaching Reach E, I hope you enjoyed them. And I'm very excited to be back again today to pass on this information about recording when your student doesn't come to class. So yeah, on today's video, I'm going to be going over the guidelines as well as when and I guess when and why. No, not why so much, but when, and then some other details about the video recording. So I don't want to take up too much of your time because, don't need to, and your time is very precious. So let's get started with the video. So first things first is when, or yeah, when do we record the videos? I mean, we've all been told that this information, but let's clarify it right now. We need to record this video 15 minutes. Sorry, let me backtrack. Let's say you enter your class and your student isn't there, and you've been waiting and waiting. Your student doesn't show up. 15 minutes passes and you hear nothing from the admins because they're still trying to contact the teacher, the student. So at that point, 15 minutes after the class has started and the student hasn't shown up and no admin has told you anything, that's when you start recording. When I say recording, I mean just start teaching the class normally in FC. As you know, when you click start, FC automatically records. So at the end of the class, whatever you've taught will be sent off to the student. When I say teach, I mean go through the material as if the student were there. Now, when should we not record? Let's say you go into class and then you've been sitting there for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And then the admin comes into class, teacher, I've contacted the student. They will not be coming to class today. You may leave the classroom now. There is no need to record any more video. Once the admin tells you to leave the classroom before the 15-minute mark, no need to record a video or stay in the classroom. You may follow their instructions. So the only time you don't record is when the admin tells you to leave the classroom or to not record anymore. That's the only time you don't record. If the admin does not, or if an admin does not enter your classroom, or you're not sent a message or anything like that instructing you to leave the class, please assume that you are required to record that video. Now, don't go overkill with it. We'll go through what we should be doing in a bit, but limit it to 20 to 25 minutes. Remember, you'll be starting at the 15-minute mark. Okay, so you don't want to go over time. If the student comes in while you're recording, stop recording and start the class from the beginning as normal. Don't go over time for the student either. Okay, unless otherwise asked, admins will never instruct you to go overtime. Sometimes I'll ask, can you extend a little bit for the student? If you do, that's fine. It's up to you. It's your choice completely. It's always your choice. However, so backtrack. If you're in the middle of recording and your student enters, stop recording and then start the class from the beginning. Okay, that's it. And then finish on time. Always finish on time. Same with the recording. Finish the recording on time as well. Okay. So we go through the different sections. Of course, the warm-up. Ooh, there's a bit of a typo there. That should be arouse, not arose. That's not a word. Awkward. All right, so we got the warm-up. You all know the different sections. Warm-up, talk together, language song, review. Then you've got your shared reading, evidence, all the evidence, the critical thinking, reading aloud, genre, all of this, words in use, reading strategy, wrap-up, thinking skills. So you all know all of these, okay? But what I want you to take into consideration here, because I'm sure you all know the learning objectives as well, I want you to look at the teaching steps, okay? These are very important when recording your video because your student needs to, well, sorry, not your student. This is here to help you because it can get a little bit weird sitting there and having a class by yourself. It's going to be a little bit weird. So these teaching steps are here to tell you kind of what you should be doing on the page without your student there. Okay, you already know what you already have an idea of what to do there when your student is in class. So feel free to use these because they'll help you keep it going. They'll help you keep it smooth. Also, feel free to add in something should you have time because you want to keep it to the time limit that's stated here. You don't want to go over. You don't want to extend your class too much. And you don't want to go under. Going under will result in, kind of a rushed recording. It will feel rushed, and the student will not be appreciative of that. Of course, they're not there in the first place, but it's still their class time. They're still paying for that class time. So you still want them to have a good experience with it. Going over may result in the recording not being finished, which is not ideal. You may get up to something like picture evidence, and it's already the end of class. And you'll be like, oh my God. No more time. So yeah, you want to follow these time limits as well. They're all listed here. It's also in the LMS as well, which will be made available to you eventually. So feel free to review this. So yeah, the ideal lesson time is between 20 to 25 minutes. When I did tests, and a bunch of other teachers did tests for Reach, I did tests for HE. We all came back with between 20 to 25 minutes. So you don't have to work hard for it. You just go through it normally, pretend that the camera is your student, and then just pretend that you're having the class with a student who doesn't respond and is always on their cell phone, except you don't need to get angry at them. And that's what your camera is. So yeah, here are some tips. Of course, during pauses, give pauses, give short pauses. Like if you're asking a question, like what did you do today? Or if there's a question, what did you do today? And then, give a short pause, like 1 or 2 seconds, to imitate the pause. Because if they really want to answer, they'll pause the video or the recording as they're watching and then answer if their mother or father is there with them. So yeah, give pauses, but not too long. I remember the first time I recorded a video, I was giving full pauses, like I would pretend that the student was answering. Like I would full on, for HE, we have this section called search fun, where the student has to read an excerpt. And sometimes I would sit there for like a minute, just sitting there, pretending that the student is reading it back. Don't do that. You don't want to do that, okay? Just pause and then, get the student to respond. And also, the pause will signify that you want them to answer while they're watching the recording. So use hands, gestures, and body language, to demonstrate listening. Can you hear me? Can you repeat after me? Can you say this? Usual stuff that you do. Basic body language will help infuse the class with extra energy. TPR is good as well. Maintain eye contact with the camera. If you're looking over here while you're talking, it can feel quite impersonal. So always maintain eye contact with the camera. It feels weird, but feel free to look over, but make the camera your main point of contact. You have to look at the material as well, of course, because you need to know what you're teaching. But make sure that your main point of contact is the camera itself. Use facial expressions to convey feelings. Of course, you're talking to a camera, but that doesn't mean that we should all be robotic, right? So have a class just like you would have a normal class with that student, okay? And then smile genuinely. Speak at a pace that the student is used to. It's your student, you know them best. And then, of course, vary your inflection to reflect the lesson content. And that's it. I hope this video helped. If you do have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me or anyone else. They all have the answers. I do too if you want to contact me. So thank you so much for your time. I look forward to speaking with you all soon. Have a great day. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.